Hello, friends. You're welcome to this very powerful space. And in today's class, I will take you through the introduction to logo design. Now, we're going to be looking at what really is logo and its application and how you can come about bringing a meaningful logo. So, I believe by the end of this session, you should be able to know what is all about logo. Indeed, logo design is also part of a graphic design profession. So, you having the right knowledge, having the right application, knowing the right software, you should be able to have a powerful design of a logo at the end of the day for either organization, company, or any kind of a business. So, without much further ado, let's continue. Now, let's define the term logo. In its simple term, we said is a symbol or design used by a company, organization to identify its product, services, or brand. It is crucial part of branding and marketing strategy. So whenever we're talking about logo, we're talking about identity. If you have a product, if you have some services, maybe you are a company rendering services or a brand, a particular symbol to which it is used to identify your company or brand is said to be called a logo. Now, there are some key points we need to look at it for us to know the deep understanding of our logo itself. Now, logos always serve as what face of a brand. So, wheresoever you entered, if you identify a particular company with a particular logo, you should be able to know that this very particular logo stands for a particular brand. Now, the second point is they help create a memorable impression. From years to years to come, you know that this is a particular company that owns this very particular identity. And the third one is they communicate a brand's values and identity. Now, on a particular logo really carry information. So whenever you see the information on the logo, you should be able to know that this is a logo to a particular organization or a company, and then this is the value attached and identity attached to it. Now, let's look at the importance of logo itself. Now, brand recognition, just as we said earlier, it makes it easier for customers to identify and remember a brand. Yes. And the second point is professionalism. Yes, it's true. If you have a well-designed logo for your brand, you do use to what send an information that yes, these people do know what they're doing, and it brings about credibility into into your business. So the third point is a differentiation. So logos help distinguish a brand from its competitors. Yes, if you have a unique logo, you will stand a chance to differ yourself from your competitors. Yes. So if you bring about professionalism and you're able to come up with something unique, actually at the end of the day you stand to have what the differences, and then you will look different from your competitors. Now, the last point is called the versatility. Now, what really this one does is that are used across various media and platform. So keep it in mind as a designer that whenever you are designing a logo, you should be able to know that this logo that I'm about to come up with, you should be able to use anywhere, either on flyer, on car, branding, a lot of places. Okay, one need to be what have this very picture in mind, this understanding that this very particular thing I'm doing, like it should be able to be what to be versatile. Now, much more importantly, we have what is called motion graphic, and most often, uh, if you are coming up with a logo, you should be able to have something that looks, or it can be easier for you to apply some after effect features, okay, on the logo. Now we have different types of logos. Yes, indeed. And part of these categories, number one on the list is called the watermarks. Now, this kind of a logo, these are test-based logos. Okay. Now, things like Coca-Cola and a lot of whole stuffs like that. This can be like Puma. We have a lot of different kind of logo types. Okay. In a later time, I will show some real practical examples for our references. Okay, now the number two here is we have the letter marks. Okay, now this kind of a letter marks, these are kind of a logo that stands abbreviation, like things like IBM, Things like we have different kind of logo that stands forward for abbreviation like LCC, a lot of stuff like that, right? So that is all about the second one, which is called the letter mask. And then the third one, we have the iconic symbolic logos. Now, these iconic or symbolic logos is a graphic or symbols like things like Apple, right? This stands to what? To identify a certain product in a sign or in a particular shape or in a particular symbol. Right, so this one is said to be called what the iconic logo. And the fourth one is said to be called combination marks. Now, this has to do with the whole tree that is on the top, which combine the text and then the symbol together. Yes, so it might be in different format actually, but this has to be what all in one place. Okay. Now we have the emblems. Now emblems typically means this is a kind of a text inside a symbol or icon. We used to see that we have different kind of a logo that have been put inside what a round shape or something. All right. So this is a kind of a logo that falls under a category of what emblems. Without much further ado, let's head over and look at some pictures of the different kind of types of logo we do have in a picture image. So right before us, guys, this is a set of a collection of most popular and famous logo that we all know. And now let's start with the first one. Now this one is the fourth category that has to do with the combination of both what the text based and then the iconic. Now, if you look at this first, the second one, this is a combination of a two word, and then this is a kind of what abbreviation logo. All right. So look at the name of the brand, and then this is what the abbreviation logo. Now, the second one, same thing with the second one. This is just iconic logo. All right. Look at Polo. We all know about this one. We are look at the Lacoste. We all know about this whole logo. I know we are familiar with the whole of those things. Look at Puma, the name, and what another icon. You look at Adidas and a lot of things. Okay. And now let's not waste much time here. Yes, guys. Look at other examples that are here. So we have the lace. Yeah, we have Lacoste. A lot of things. All right. For our references. Yes, look at another big examples that are here. Look at Apple. This is iconic logo. This is also iconic logo. All right. So this is Nike. This is one of the popular logo that we all know. All right. And that is all about this. So right from here, I think this is all about repetition. Okay. Now we were able to look at the picture image of the different kind of logos that we have, right? Now, without much wasting time, let's jump to the next one. So we have the key element of a successful logo. Now, for you to come up with a logo as a professional logo designer, actually there were some key elements that one needs to know and apply it in order for you to come up with a powerful logo. Now, the first one is simplicity. A logo has to be what? Very simple, easy to recognize and remember. That's all about that. So let it not be too complicated in such a way that even your audience cannot be able to read or understand. All right. So let it send a meaning in a simpler way. Now the second one is relevance. It has to what reflect the brand identity and values of which that is all about that. Now the third one, just as we mentioned earlier, it has to be versatile. Let it be able to work to like work in a various size and applications. Yeah, it has to be versatile. And number four is timelessness. There were some logos that fade away in such a way that you might really use it, or maybe it might be off now, but after 10 years, you find out that you don't really need the logo, like it look outdated. So it has to endure over time without looking outdated. That's all about that. The last one is distinctiveness. Now, this means it's all about uniqueness and easily what distinguishable. You have to create something that nobody do have such kind of a thing. All right, so that's all about that. And the next slide is the logo design process. Now, this is the most interesting part of the whole stuff for today because we do have some steps in coming up with a word powerful logo design. Now, let's not waste much time. We have the first one, which is the research. Now, if a client hand over work to you, the first thing is to understand what his brand is all about or her brand is all about, what audience the organization or company do have, and then who are his competitors. All right. okay, or her competitors, all right, is very, very important. One need to go into deep research because you end up designing something that do exist, okay? Even maybe when you launch into some different site like logo porn, okay, in search of ideas, you may end up running into what things that someone has what has once habit, okay? So it's very important for you to go into what a deep research. That's the first step. Number two is called the word conceptualization. And now, in another way around, it's called mind mapping. So, what is all about mind mapping? Now, just from the briefed and what is briefed? Brief is the brief details of what the information of the logo design that your client really wants to have or is expecting from you. So now one need to sit down and brainstorm the whole stuff and sketch initial what ideas. This is very, very key. We don't go into a design software or any illustration or software coming up with a design. No, we first have a paper and a pen. We draft something down and then we turn it into what reality. All right. So that's all about that. This is very, very, very important for you to know. Now the third one is the design. Now, after when you conceptualize everything, you have the picture of what you really want to do, then you now go ahead by creating the digital version of the best concept, okay? Out of the multiple ideas you come up with it. Yes, then the fourth one is called the feedback. Gather opinions and refine your design. Yeah, you can either do it by your colleague or by yourself, right? You can change some different colors, some different position, right, of the whole thing that you've designed, just for you to have what a good feedback at the end of the day. Then finally, you polish and finalize the logo, ensuring scalability and then it what versatility. Yeah, you should be able to say, okay, this one it should be placed on a car. This one is for branding. This one is for flyer design. This one is okay. You should be able to what polish and then finalize the entire logo. So this is the five stage in designing a logo. Now, the next slide is all about some 6 tips for effective logo design. Yeah, if you really want to make your logo effective, you have to do these very particular things that I'm about to share with you. Number one is to keep it simple, of which we've talked about that earlier. So you have to avoid overlay complex design. There were some designs that it's not necessary for you to put the whole idea, all right, in one logo design. No, it has to be like very, very, very simple. Number two, you have to choose appropriate colors. Color really, really matters a lot because color itself do sense message. Okay, now color should align with the brand message and audience. Okay, number three, you have to use a readable font. Yes, logo design is not flyer design, so they have far differences. So you have to use a typography that is very clear and legible with no copyright, because there were some fonts that if really is for market use, then definitely you end up having a crash. Okay, you end up having a crash. Yes, like someone do have something of this nature. So your logo will never be unique and it will never be what be professional. So that's why logo is always hard, expensive, and then it's time spending. Right? Number four is you have to ensure scalability. Yes, these are some key tips that you should not miss to know when coming up with what a logo design. Now, it has to be what should look good at any size, whether big or small. The logo has to what stand and resist any test of time. Okay. Number five, always use a vector. Now, any design that the vector shapes maintain quality of any size. At least it should be able to what stand quality. All right, because in such a way that you use images, okay, in designing of your word, your logo, you find out that if you scale it up to some certain particular size, you find out that you will lose some details information about the logo, so which is very, very bad. But if it has been done in vector shape, you find out that no matter how big and no matter how small it is, it will maintain the vector quality. Now, you have to also test the versatility. Now, check the logo on different backgrounds and medium. Yes, uh, at least after each and every logo, you should be able to position it in 3 different formats. Maybe text up or text down, text at the bottom, or text at the left or right. So this is very, very important as well. Now we have some logo design software, of which is very, very important for you to know. So these are the sorted popular tools that we were able to come up with. We have a lot of different kind of software, quite alright, but these are the most usable ones, and I would like us to go through and see how effective those software are. Number one is the Adobe Illustrator itself. So industry standard vector graphic editor, and it's highly versatile because this is the number one software that has been used for logo design. All right. So it's also my favorite. And even at the course of this very particular training, you will find out that I will be using Adobe Illustrator itself for the purpose of this very particular training. So number two is the CorelDRAW, another powerful vector graphic editor known for its user-friendly interface. Yes, we all know about CorelDRAW, and it also has a powerful sketching ability. You can be able to draw, sketch, do some house modeling, a lot of things okay with CorelDRAW. So it's also capable of designing a logo. Then we also have the Affinity Designer. So this one is always regarded as cost effective alternative with professional features. Yeah, you don't really have all the versatility that you need, but there is a lot of costume and some ready-made professional features, okay, that one can use. So also with Inkscape. Now in Inkscape, we have free and open source vector graphic software, right, which is Inkscape. So normally, people have been using this very particular software to develop a very good color branded logo designs. Now, the last one is called the Canva, which is also a user friendly, and it's a web-based design tool suitable for beginners. Yes, you don't really need to install that. You can go ahead and then open your browser and then type canva.com, and you have access to this web-based design tool. Now, there were some case study that I really like us to focus and then look at some key things part of it before we close this very particular session. Now, coming back on this very particular image, a picture, now you find out that we have some different kind of logos that are here. But let me focus purposefully on this very particular Apple. Now, this is an iconic logo, and then it's very, very simple. Number one is saying what an icon of what Apple, and then it's very, very unique, and then it can resist the test of time. It can be placed on a modeling, like you can use it for a brand. You can also use it to customize maybe car on t-shirt, cups, mention a lot of things. This can stand toward uh, test of time, all right? So that is all about this very particular one. Now we also have the Nike, okay, and I know this is a popular logo that we all know. It's almost everywhere, right? Whether on a shoe, whether on a t-shirt, clothing, a lot of things, okay, it's always there. Maybe sport, a lot of whole stores, right? You always see Nike. So it's very unique and simple. They keep it simple. They make sure that it's simple as well, all right? Now, the first one is not really sending any good message because it's not sending any other language preferences here and nothing else more. So this is a one good bad example of what a logo design. Now the other one is called what the Adidas. Look at how simple it was. All right. This one can also stand to be what used for motion logo design because the level to how it has been positioned, it can be something that maybe you will change it either in color or in this time seeking. Okay, so this is also very, very important for you to know. So this is all about this, and you should be able to know that you have to keep your logo simple and very simple. Finally, guys, in conclusion, a logo is a vital component of a brand identity. Now, if for any reason a client should give you work, you should be able to know what is all about logo and why you should not like to lose any customer. All right. So it's very, very important. Now, number two, successful logos are simple, relevant, versatile, and timeless. And at the last is very, very unique. It differs from any other competitors out there. All right. And number three, we have the design process, which involve research, conceptualization, the design itself, the feedback, and then what the finalization. So please note that designing a logo requires creativity, strategic thinking, and a deep understanding of a brand. So it's always important for you to read and read and read the brief of what your client. Thank you very much. We see in the practical aspect. Bye bye.